Done. Written. Online students completed. Online.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, guys. So this is about something called. I believe you got some brief idea about array, right? One-dimensional array. How to create an array element, how to store the array element, and how to play with array elements. You got the clarity about one-dimensional array. So let's proceed with the next concept. That is something called two-dimensional array. 2D array. Okay. So how exactly do we create one-dimensional array? I'll tell you as in square braces. I'll tell ARR is equals to mu in of square braces of 3. This is how we created the one-dimensional array. For the same one-dimensional array, if you create one more square braces here and one more memory allocation you give here, then it will become two-dimensional. The same thing, what you need to do? One more square braces and one more memory location. If you give, then such kind of array we call it as two-dimensional. Two-dimensional array means what? It is going to represent a matrix format. That is where we have something called rows and number of columns together. We call it as a two-dimensional array. Now, if you see here, something 3 cross 3 matrix is required, then I'll tell it as what? In this format. I'll tell it as 0, 1, and 2. 0, 1, and 2. Like this, the matrix is what I'm going to represent. Where this column will be 0, 0, 0, 1, and 0, 2, 0, 0, wait. For better understanding, I'll tell it as 0, 1, and 2, 0, 1, and 2, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 2, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 2, and I'll tell 2, 1, and 2, 2. This is how a matrix is going to be represented. Now, what we'll do, we'll try to store the data in this format. To do that, what we'll do, we'll make use of a two-dimensional array is required. How to create two-dimensional array? In this format. Now, to store the data, now tell me, if in case, forget about these two lines, below two lines you forget. If you take only these particular thing, what is it? It is an array, one-dimensional array. Now, again, if you take this second column, this is also one-dimensional array. And same thing is going to do with the last one. Now, to store the elements in this particular format, what you did, you made use of a for loop and you traverse throughout the row. Okay. Now, to install traverse in this particular row, again one for loop is required. Again, to traverse for this one for loop is there. Now, instead of doing all these things, what I'll do, I'll make use of a for loop, so that will help me in the traversing in the x direction, and I'll make one more for loop. After x direction, it will help me jump to the another y direction, means in this format. So what I'll do, I'll make use of one loop to traversing x and one loop to jump to the next row. Once it jumps to the next row, again this x value is set to 0, again it will start from here. Again jump here, again x value is equal to 0, again it will start from here. If I do in this format, I can store all the elements in a given array. Yes or no? For an example, now look at here, what I'll do, visible, right? So I'll tell it as for in I is equal to 0, I less than 3, I'll tell I plus plus, okay, for in j is equal to 0, j less than 3, I'll tell j plus plus. Am I clear? What I have done, I have taken for loop inside one more for loop. Is this topic covered in programming? Yeah, then you know I need not to go in depth. Okay, okay. So now initially what I did, I took here as in one dimension, I will tell ARR of I is equal to scan dot next int. This is how we used to write in one dimension. Since this is not only one dimensional, I don't have only row value, I have along with that column value also. So you can say to find this particular what is that cell, I'll tell 0, comma 0. If I want here means I cannot tell only one, I should tell 1, comma 1. Why? Because here 1 represents the row, one more row, 1 represents the column value. Got the clarity? So I'll tell here as ing. Okay, now let's do the do the tracing of this program, and let's try to store some value. Clear? So what I'll do, initially I value is equal to 0. I'll tell 0 less than 3. True or false? Okay, I'll come here. Okay, what is this I value now? I value is equal to 0. Okay, next I'll tell as soon as it comes inside, j value is equal to 0. Now tell me 0 less than 3. True or false? Okay, now what is the j value? J value is equal to 0. Okay, now tell me it will come here. I'm telling ARR of I value is what? 0. J value is what? 0. Means ARR of 0 and 0. ARR of 0, comma 0. In this cell it is coming up. So I'll collect the value from the user. I'll store it in this particular location. Let me tell this value as 10. Clear? After that, control will come here. This for loop. Tell me, is this for loop terminated? No, right? Still the looping will be inside only. So what will happen? Control will come here and it will increment a j value. J value will become what now? 1. I value is the same only because control never went for outside loop. It is still inside only. So j value will become 1 now. So tell me, is 1 less than 3? True. It will come here. So what is the I value? 0 only. J value is 1. So 0, comma 1. So in here of 0, comma 1, I'll collect the second value and store 0, comma 1 inside this 20 else store. Clear? Again, what will happen? I'll come here, increment the j value. J value will become 2 now. Tell me, is 2 less than 3? It will come here and I'll tell 0, comma 2. 0, comma 2. Tell here of 0, comma 2. Here of 0, comma 2. Inside this, I'll store 30. Clear? After that, what will happen? I'll increment the j value again. J value will become 3 now. Now tell me, is 3 less than 3? No, right? Then what will happen? Control will come out of this for loop. But tell me, is this for loop inside this for loop? है ना? ये for loop है इस for loop के अंदर. Then what will happen? It will come out of this for loop and it will catch here. Then what will happen? Control will come and it will increment a I value. Yes. Then I value will become what? Now 1. Okay. After 1 means what will happen? Tell me, is 1 less than 3? Control will come here. Again, once it comes here, again from the scratch, the loop is coming up. Then again, j value will set to what? 0. Again, j value will become 0. If it is looping in the same loop, then what will happen? J value will not change. But it is coming from outside a loop. So what will happen? J value will change and j value will start from again 0 over there. So what will happen? Tell me, again j value will become 0. So 0 less than 3. Correct. Again it will come here. What is the I value now? That is I value is 1. J value here is 0. 1, comma 0. 1, comma 0 represents this. So again whatever the value is there, you take it. Again j value will be incrementing. It will store 50 and 60 here. Again j loop will terminate. It will go. I value will increment. It will jump to the next row. Again it will store the values here. After that, this I loop will also be terminated. It will come out of the this for loop also. Clear? Understood? Shashi? Okay, to print this one, what I need to do, I need to print the values in this format. Means 1 for loop or 2 for loop? 2 for loop. Okay, so yeah, visible. I'll tell you as for in I is equal to 0, I less than 3, I'll tell I plus plus. For in j is equal to 0, j less than 3, I'll tell j plus plus. And inside this one, now look at here guys, I want to print this row and after this row I need to jump it. Yes or no? To print this one, what is required? Inner loop is required. So I'll tell system dot out dot print, otherwise print. Okay, let me make it as print only. I'll tell ARR of I and J. Okay, then what will happen? It will print this one. Once this for loop is completed, this loop is completed, I need ask him to jump to the next line. Then I'll tell system dot out dot print ln. Simply I'll just tell and I'll close it. So what will happen? It will print this one. It will come here, jump to the next line. It will jump to the next line. Again, what will happen? Again, it will loop will be incremented, and what will happen? It will print this loop. Again, it will jump next line. Again, it loop will be incremented, and what will happen? It will print the next. Clear? Shall I execute and show you this one? Is Eclipse visible? Okay. Okay, I'll create a new class. Otherwise, package I'll create. Wait. Okay, main method is there. I'm selecting it. I'll click on finish now. Okay. Visible font size. Okay. So what I'll do first, I'll create an array of 2-dimensional. I'll tell int. Okay. I'll tell ARR is equals to new int. Okay. I'll collect the size as 3. Okay. I'll tell semicolon here. Array has been created now. So what is required? Scanner object is required. I'll tell new scanner. Okay. I'll tell system dot in. Okay. I'll create a reference. I'll tell it as something called scan. Next, what I'll do, I'll ask him to enter the array element. I'll tell enter the array elements. Okay, array elements, and I'll tell for loop is required. Okay, and inside this one I'll tell for loop, one more for loop is required, but I'll not use this one. I'll hard code the values and I'll change it to like this. Is it clear? So inside this one I'll tell ARR of I and J is equals to scan dot next in. So I've collected the values over there. Now I'll tell print the array elements. Okay, I'll tell array elements are okay, and here what I'll do, I'll just again make use of the same for loop, and inside this one again one more for loop, and here again I'll change this to 3, and here also 3. You might ask, sir, why not array dot length you're using? I'll tell you that. Give me some time. And before that, what I'll do here is I'll tell sys out, and I'll tell here something called ARR of I and J. Okay, I'll remove this println because I don't want to print it in the next line here every time. I'll give some space, but after one row, I would like to give it to him, print him to next line. So what I'll do, I'll run the program, and you can see here it is asking me to enter the array elements. I'll tell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 7, 8, 9. Can see here in the same format it is getting printed up. Yes. No, you want to give it in the line and print? Yes, you can get it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can you see here? Because we have told him to print an element after completion of row, jump to the next line. Okay, is it clear? Copy this program fast. Make it fast, guys. We don't have time. Online students, any doubts you have? Online?
No, sir.
Okay. Just me and other here. तुम्हारा सेट कंप्लीट हो गया ना कल? क्या होगा? सिर्फ मार्क पेंडिंग है. अरे यार, ठीक है, आधे घंटे का कॉन्सेप्ट हो जाएगा. Done? Okay, write down the program as online students completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, write down the program as write a program to find the sum of all array elements in a two-dimensional array. Okay, question is clear? Means what is that I'm telling? I want the sum of all the elements. Previously, in a one-dimensional array, we wrote a program to find the sum of one row. But here, I want sum of all the rows. All elements, sum is required. Oh, what can be the logic? Think. Here, if you think properly, if I have a 0, if I add 0 to 10, I'll get the 10 to this number and next to with this number. Again, the total value I'll take and jump to this number. It is same thing is going to happen now. I'm going to get the total of all the things. Now, don't you think in the one dimensional we had one for loop to traverse to this one? Two dimensional we have created a two for loop in such a way that it will traverse in all the places. And what is required? Nothing is required. The same formula you have to apply. Do it. Same formula. Sum is equals to sum plus AR of I and j. That's it. Declare int sum is equal to 0 and print the sum value. Once you learn the formula, formula will remain same for one dimensional, two dimensional, n dimensional. It does not change. Very good, Priyamda. But Priyamda, there is one issue in your logic. You have sent as sum is sum plus AR of I plus AR of j. No, it is sum plus sum is equal to sum plus AR of I and j. Okay, not separately. Okay, done. Okay, let me write here. I'll declare here as in sum is equal to 0, and here what is that I'll do here is I'll tell as sum is equals to sum plus ARR of I and j. That's it. Okay, some value will be calculated. This is actually not required. So what I'll do, I'll tell sys out the sum means the sum is. I'll tell some value and I'll run the program. Okay, and if I give all the values as 111, then what is out? What should be the output, guys? 111, 111, 111. Output should be 9. Are we getting 9? Yes. Then that's it. Once you learn, same thing, guys. Only number of dimension, based on that it is going to change. Here only one thing, extra j we have added. Make it fast, copy. Please ask if you have any doubts, any clarification you required or explanation is required, please do ask. क्यों नहीं लिए बताता हूँ थोड़ा टाइम दीजिए क्योंकि अभी लेंथ कॉलम्स और रोज दोनों सेम है ना तो इसलिए अभी कुछ इशू नहीं आएगा लेकिन जब नंबर ऑफ रोज एंड कॉलम डिफरेंट रहेगा तो इशू आएगा तो इसलिए बताता हूँ थोड़ा टाइम दीजिए Sir, what will happen if we surpass you? Okay, another person. Huh? Sir, what will happen if we do AR of I plus AR? See here, AR of I is going to give you the memory address of one particular row, and AR of J is going to give memory address of another Jth column. Okay, but it will not give you the element. Okay, it will not give you the value of an array. It is going to represent the memory address. You try to print AR of I and AR of J and check what will happen. Hey guys, make it fast here. Then write on the next program. Write a program to print the sum of Write a program to print the sum of. Write a program to print the sum of each row in a two-dimensional array. Each row in 2D array. Each row in a 2D array. So if I take the same example which I have taken here, the output should be 3, 3 and 3 because every row sum is required. How can we do this one? Instead of yes, good, good. Because inner loop is what? It is going to give me the sum of row. So calculate the row value before jumping to this one. Declare the sum, print the sum value, and before I again coming to I declare sum is equal to 0. That's very good. Yeah. Okay, let me show you. That is, I'll declare this sum is equal to 0. I'll tell here as the sum is, what is that? I'll tell here as sum is equal to this one. So what I'll do, I'll run the program and look at here. I'll tell 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Here 3, 6 and 9. But no, this is a wrong output. Why? Because 3, 3, 3 should be there. Total value it should not take. Then what is the small changes I have to do here? First for loop se pehle?
Inside of I loop, we need to declare, sir, sum
Yes.
is 0.
Yes, correct. Okay. Now run the program, you'll get the correct output. 1, 1, 1. Oh. Yeah. Clear? Okay. Quickly make the changes. This 1 hour of class is not at all sufficient. Pattern programs in your this one the did programming classes. Huh? Pattern programming to print principal diagonal elements, secondary principal diagonal elements, all those things they have done. हाँ? नहीं ये इतना ही है, कुछ चेंजेस नहीं किया हमने. Guys, completed. Done. Fine, guys. Last 5 minutes is there. We'll wind up. Today, hopefully, that batch will complete. And from after that, we'll take to increase the timings of your classes. Okay. Thank you, guys. That's it from my side for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.